Hi friends. Nice to see you all. Everyone can hear me? Oh, sly thumbs up. Okay, good. And we've gathered all our stuff, our friends, our pets, our blocks, our blankets. Yeah? Kevin, is it Thursday morning where you are? You're in Japan? That's amazing, dude. Okay. Well, good morning. The rest of you, good evening. Alright. So, we've got 60 minutes. Oh, there they are. You froze. Okay, you're back. Nice. Okay. So we have 60 minutes. Yeah? Let's do our best to drop right in. Right? Give you a few minutes. I mean, just don't worry about me. I might ramble a little bit, but what's really happening here is that you're landing, getting collected, so back from the future, forward from the past, getting collected, getting connected to the earth, to the body, to the space, using the breath, or maybe turn to the breathing right away. There you go. Grounded, balanced. Are you leaning back or forward, or have you slipped to one side or the other? Try and find center. Physical center, energetic center. And don't worry too much about technique, but maybe spend the next handful of moments really just watching the breath. And there's a moment, a really rad moment, where the mind turns to the breathing and everything else kind of goes quiet. Hear what you hear, feel what you feel, without judgment. I came across something from my Guru Ram Dass today that, anytime he pops up or pops in, I like to share it. And one of the multitude of amazing things he said was, the freer I get, the higher I go. The higher I go, the more I see. The more I see, the less I know. The less I know, the more I'm free. And it just starts going round and round and round. We get more and more free. We get higher and higher. We see more and more and more. We know less and less and less. And then we get freer again. And maybe one day we just wake up and we realize that we're free, we're clear, we're light, we're one. And that's amazing, but our ability to slow all the way down and take every step of that journey on that path mindfully, consciously, it's a really powerful thing. Makes the journey quicker, makes the path shorter, and allows others to follow us. So wherever you are in all that, as we go round and round and round, spiraling upwards, we can work together. Maybe you bring your palms to touch, your thumbs the center of your chest. Why are you here? What did you hear? What did you feel? What's the breath telling you? Where did Ram Dass's message land? I'm going to be here with purpose on purpose. Get clear, aim high. We have support, we've got this beautiful satsang company on this journey home. So set your intentions, by all means, frame it as prayer, turning to the goddess of your own understanding. And let's do the work. We'll send all that out with the sound of 3 ohms. Join me, let it wash over you, do it in your head, whatever suits you. Wherever you are, exhale completely, go all the way to empty. We'll take a unified breath together, full breath in. Maybe a little pause at the top. And then complete breath out. All the way out every time. If you're inclined, when you're ready, 3 ohms, inhale. And anytime you catch a wave that's taking you where you need to go, you stay with it. Even if it's outside the lines a little bit. If you want to stay in something longer. Stay here if you like. I'd like to stay seated just a little bit longer, but maybe you release your hands. I want to really turn to the breathing and add in that Ujjayi technique. So we make sure we're grounded, we're lifted, broad, balanced, at ease. Gaze fixed and softened, maybe eyes closed, and we turn back to the breath. We breathe through the nose. It's not nasal, we're drawing it from the back of the throat. We're drawing it deep, we're expanding the abdomen as we inhale to draw diaphragm down to fill lungs completely. And as we exhale, again out the nose, it's abdomen in, unless you're pregnant, diaphragm doming up to empty the lungs completely. Exhale more at the bottom. And then go back to full. I always want to say longest and deepest, but maybe it's not the longest or deepest. It's long and it's deep and it's sustainable. So there's no strain. Right? You find your rhythm, the breath that's going to guide you for the next 51 minutes. And we do our best to make sure not a single breath goes by unnoticed. They don't have to be perfect, but you're there for them. You're listening, you're feeling. You're riding those waves. So a long, complete inhale. Abdomen expands, diaphragm draws down, and a complete exhale. Abdomen in, diaphragm up, lungs empty. And go back to full. Maybe you add in the pauses. It might just be one count. Maybe it's 2 or 3 or more. At the top, at full, we float. And at the bottom, at empty, we're quiet. There you go. The freer I get, the higher I go. The higher I go, the more I see. The more I see, the less I know. The less I know, the more I'm free. Let's take that trip. From here to a downward facing dog in your way. Yeah? Maybe it's a child's pose for a handful of breaths, right? Maybe you're not for down dog tonight. Maybe you skip it and do something else. You want a good way to heat the body up? Go to the wall and do a handstand for 10 breaths, right? So on the way to down dog, check out the wrists, check out the elbows, the shoulders, the spine. So maybe it's that cat-cow sequence, right? Maybe not. And if you don't need to dance or play with that dog, then go straight there. Nothing wrong with a 5-minute down dog. And if you need to move, then move. All right? Drop the head completely. When the arms get straight in this shape, when they really get straight and they grip, this whole pose changes. Right? So work on straight, strong arms, not locked out, supportive. Inner hand pressing, base of index, base of thumb, outer wrist lighter. Can you push the front of the mat away from you and get your hips further from your wrists? Right? Maybe you bend the knees a little bit to accomplish that. To really push the front of the mat away from you and get longer. Yeah, like that. Keep going. Maintain it. This isn't easy. It's not meant to be. Eventually the heels are pressing evenly, the legs are strong, and that might take a few rounds of sun salutations, that's fine. How about 5 more breaths? Can we be still, plugged in, zipped up, contained, but organic, alive, expanding and pulsing as we inhale and contracting and squeezing and spiraling inwards and down as we exhale. 3 more breaths here. You can rest anytime you need. Join us whenever you're ready. Maybe 1 more breath here. Full breath in. Complete breath out. Maybe you soften the knees, look forward, and as you inhale, step, walk, scurry, float, both feet to the top of the mat. And as you arrive, maybe the same inhale, shift the weight forward, look forward, and as you exhale, fold. And I'd invite you to play with this, right? You can stay in the fold, you can stay in the halfway lift, you can walk the legs out, right? Inhale, maybe lengthening, exhale, folding deeper, right? Maybe pay attention to the feet, spread the toes. Balance the weight. Yeah, tune into the legs, the hamstrings, the space behind the knees, the calves, the heels. How's the lower back feeling? There you go. Maybe 1 or 2 more breaths here. Right. And then it's your way. What do you need? How do you need to move to go from here to Tadasana, or here to standing? You might roll up, you might catch the hips, you might sweep the arms overhead. Maybe just stand up. Then land. Tadasana mountain pose. Samastitihi equals standing. At times I might invite you to bring your feet together. They can be apart. Of course they can. Wherever they are, they're balanced and planted. Legs are strong. Hips compact. Keep lifting. Lift the ribs off the hips. Lift the back body. Lift the back of the head. All this energy that comes and goes through the hands is energy that we want to use, right? We want to turn all this energy inwards, contain it, control it, channel it, direct it. So maybe you glue the hands to the side of the legs, right? It's a bandha, it's a seal. Right? At the very least, it keeps us from scratching our butts constantly or fixing our hair all the time. Yeah? Right back to that ujjayi breath if you lost it. Just a couple breaths here. Exhale completely. As you inhale, charge, strong legs, long, electrified spine. As you exhale, keep that abdomen in, diaphragm up, go all the way to empty. Take one more breath here. Full breath in. Complete breath out. Wait for the inhale, not my cue. And as you inhale, take the arms and circle them overhead. Reach up, look up, stretch up. And as you exhale, we're going to fold, dive forward. Right? Bend the knees if you need. Hands land, head drops, lungs empty. The inhale will be that halfway lift. So strong legs, long spine, look forward. Fold again as you exhale. We'll do this a few times. Right? Rise as you inhale. Lengthen forward, reach out, spiral all the way up. Reach up, look up. And as you exhale, release the arms, the chin, the breath, but not the spine or the legs. Go to empty. Twice more like that. Follow your breath. Inhale, your arms circle overhead. Wait for your exhale and respond. Dive forward, fold. Okay. All the way to empty. Exhale more. Wait for the inhale and lengthen. Be here, long and strong and full. Wait for your exhale and fold again. Wherever you are, it's all good. Your inhale, you rise. Reach out, reach up, and stretch. Exhale, release the arms, the chin, the breath. Stand tall. One more time. You can do that without me. Follow your breath. You go. Still following your breath. Add to it. Next, inhale. Again, when you're ready, reach up, look up, stretch. As you exhale, dive forward, fold. The inhale is to prepare. So as you inhale, look forward, bring the palms flat to the floor, and step back to a high plank. And just take a few breaths here, maybe. The knees can come down. You can skip the push-ups completely if you need. Otherwise, stay lifted, stay strong. Maybe move a little bit, check the wrists out, get strong in the legs, front ribs in. Inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, with control, knees first if you need, all the way to the floor. A few pulses here. As you inhale, lengthen, lift the front body, roll the shoulders, stay low, get high. Exhale, lower all the way back down. Do that twice more. Inhale to lengthen, lift the front body. And maybe as you exhale, you stay. Look around, maybe you lower again, your choice. One more inhale here. Inhale, lengthen, lift higher, lift again. And then this time as you exhale, push back knees, tuck toes, down dog. Inhale, come forward again, high plank, high push-up. Do the same thing, lower all the way to the floor if you like, or as you exhale, hover halfway, chaturanga. Wait for the inhale, wherever you are, respond. Lengthen, lift the front body, low back bend or up dog, and the exhale. Send the hips up and back, lungs empty, downward facing dog. Perfect. 3 breaths here. Right? Know that you're always in choice. Skip the push-up, add extra push-ups in, go to child's pose instead of down dog, play with handstand if it's in your practice. What do you need? One more breath here. All the way in. When you're ready, soften the knees, look forward, use the inhale. Step or float top of the mat. As you arrive, same inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, fold. And as you inhale, rise. Reach out, reach up, go all the way to full stretch here, be here. And as you exhale, release the arms, the chin, the breath. Perfect. Just 2 rounds like that. Surya Namaskar A. Follow your breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward, fold. Inhale, prepare, lengthen forward. Plant the hands, step or float, lower halfway or all the way. Wait for the inhale to lengthen, lift the front body. Don't rush any of this. Be here, be full. And then wait for your exhale to guide you back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Down dog, child's pose, handstand, bathroom break. What do you need? Maybe one more breath here. All the way empty. Soften the knees, look forward as you inhale, travel. Yeah, don't wait for me. Lengthen as you arrive. Fold again as you exhale. Go to empty, don't rush. Your inhale, you rise. The speed of the movement is dictated by the length of your breath. Right? Your exhale, you release your arms. One more time like that. Less of me, more of you and your breath. You go. You got it. Lengthen, prepare. Set the hands, step or float. Wait for the breath. Don't rush any of this. Three breaths, down dog. Fingers spread. Think about the foundation. Go through the checklist. Hands, feet, arms, legs. Drop the head. Waist longer. Hips further from the wrists. Yeah, go for it, Kevin. Lengthen. Right. Third breath. All the way empty. When you're ready, step or float. Use the breath. Use the inhale. Lengthen. Fold. And rise. Inhale. Exhale. Right, with the hands glued to the side of the legs, don't worry about the itch. Right, just take a breath. Fall behind it. Whether it's physical or energetic, psychological. There you go. This next little piece, it might help if your feet are together. Yeah, with the feet together, when we sit, the knees can squeeze, they can squeeze each other. That center line maybe creates a bit more stability, yeah? You get to choose. Exhale completely here, all the way empty. Inhale, we're going to lift the arms, we keep the head down. At the top, we're going to lace the fingers together, turn the palms towards the ceiling and press. And then as you exhale, you're going to sit. Right? So we're going to sit maybe just a little bit, maybe a lot. Right? And this first little visit here, maybe you rock back and forth, you might even slip the knees side to side, little bounce. Find your depth. Yeah? Squeeze the knees. Lift the navel, lift the heart, straighten the arms, take them back a little, exhale completely. Just a few pulses here. Inhale, straighten the legs, press up, get long. And then as you exhale, sit back down. Maybe just a little, maybe a lot, maybe all the way down to the heels. Inhale again, straighten, lengthen, press. Exhale, you sit. One more time up. One more time back down. And then you stay. Stay here 2 breaths. Lift the heart. Exhale completely, sit deeper. One more breath here, stretch the arms. Drop the head. Exhale. Nice. Appreciate the effort. Inhale, straighten the legs, press up. Exhale, dive forward and fold. Alright. And we'll stay in this forward fold for 5 breaths, maybe a little bit more. What do you need? Uttanasana maybe, use the blocks. Right? Helps you keep the legs strong and straight. If you can catch the ankles or wrap the arms around the legs, great, do that. Use the breath. Right? I don't know about you, but my heart rate went up a little bit there. Watch it settle back down. 2 or 3 more breaths here. How about one more? Exhale. As you inhale, release the hands of the arms, lengthen forward. Real simple. We step the left foot back. Turn the left heel in so that back foot's at an angle. We're going to bend into the right leg, squaring the hips forward. We're going to inhale and stand up towards that warrior one shape. So spine upright, reach up, maybe look up. Right? Just this first visit, check the feet out, get the back leg strong. How deep can we go into that front leg? Plug the tail, front ribs in, lift, lift, lift. Inhale, stretch. And as you exhale, take the hands back to the front of the mat, step the left foot forward, and step the right foot back. Same few breaths here to mark this shape. Heel turns in, toes angled forward. Lunge left leg, hips squaring, tail plugged as we stand up. Front ribs gathered, lift the ribs. Lift the arms, maybe look up. Right, we got this side. And we're just going to go back and forth with the breath. Inhale, stretch here. And as you exhale, hands back down, top of the mat. Step right foot forward, step left foot back. Heel in, lunge right leg. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Exhale, hands down. Step left foot forward, right foot back. Set the feet, get the legs. Inhale all the way to the top. Exhale all the way back down. Right foot forward, left foot back. You got it. We're just going to keep doing this. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale all the way back. Step forward, step back. And just keep following your breath. The longer your breath, the more space you have in between, the more time you have to make these transitions. Right? So slow it all right down. And at the top of that inhale, make the whole thing sing, yeah? Full pose. And then break it all back down with the exhale. Hands down, step forward, step back. Keep going. Beautiful. Next time the right foot is forward, stay. Next time right foot forward, left foot back, stay. Warrior 1. Sweep up, inhale. 5 breaths here. Back leg strong. Got to go straight. Yeah, there, grip it. So maybe even step that left foot a little bit wider and turn the toes forward a bit more. Yeah. There. So right hip back, left hip forward. You got it. Yeah, keep playing with that. And then lift the ribs evenly up off the hips. Lift the shoulders. Stretch the side body from hips right up through the arms. Yes. Maybe the head goes back. Right? If the neck is good, maybe the head goes back. It creates space to bring the palms together. One more breath here. Exhale completely. Right? Make it sing. Full pose. Inhale. Next exhale. Hands down. Step forward. Step back. Right? One breath if you can. Inhale. Set it all the way to the top. Right? And if the foundation or the legs or the hips needs your attention, then give it. But if you're good, right? If you've got that foundation, if the spine is electric, then just get right into the shape. And breathe. Let that pulse be there. It's not hard, it's not rigid. As you inhale, there's expansion, there's lift, there's space. And as you exhale, there's a spiraling, a squeezing, a gripping. Maybe 2 more of those here. One more breath here, exhaling completely. Inhale, make it sing. Exhale, hands down. This time step back and either straight to down dog or do your push-up. 2 or 3 push-ups if you need. Right? Back bend might be nice to cleanse the palate maybe a little. And exhale all the way back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Plenty of time to rest if you need it. Two more breaths here. One more. exhale. And on empty, when you're ready, soften the knees, look forward. As you inhale, travel, step or float. Lengthen as you arrive. Fold as you exhale. Now stay in this fold and maybe take the feet apart this time. Take the feet to about hip width. And what we'll do together is lift halfway. So straighten the legs, lengthen the spine. Strong legs, strong core. Take the hands behind you to the lower back. Yeah? Lace the fingers together. Perfect. Inhale, strong legs, long spine. Keep the thumbs to the sacrum as you exhale, fold forward. Drop the head. And then lengthen through the arms. Reach the knuckles towards the ceiling. And then overhead. Now this is one of my favorite things in the whole world to do. From here, bend the left knee a little or a lot. Really straighten the right leg. And then drop the arms over to the left. So turning to the right a little bit. Yeah. It's one of my favorite hip stretches. Feel that right up through the side of the leg, into the hip. Shoulder opener as well. Stretching that right leg. Yeah, take a breath or two. Now you can go back and forth, or maybe stay one side 3 or 4 breaths, and then come back to center and go the other way. Right? Bend the right leg, straighten the left, drop the arms to the right, and turn the chest, the shoulders to the left. Yeah, you can look down, you can look forward if the neck is good, you can look up. I shouldn't say if your neck is good. Your necks are great. If it's clear, if there's no pain, look up. Yeah, any variation of this. 1 or 2 more breaths. You can go side to side again, or just stay here. Yeah. Okay, and then inhale, come back to center. Maybe easy, take the thumbs back to the seat, and then release the arms down to the floor. If I was you at this point, and I am, by the way, I would probably roll up through my spine back to standing, but you come to standing in your way. Roll up, stand up, reach up, whatever you need. We'll meet back to Tadasana. Alright. From the top of the mat, we're taking a big step with the right foot and face the side. And if you need to flip around to see me, you don't need to see me, I'll talk us through it. The left toe is going to turn in a little, and the right toes are going to point out. And then from here, with both feet planted, we're going to lunge into the right leg. As you lunge into the right leg, ensure the outer edge of the left foot is pressing, the right knee is tracking to the right a little bit, and the hips haven't tipped forward over that right thigh. Lift the right hip up, wrap the left seat under, so the pelvis is level, the spine is straight up and down, maybe even a little bounce into that, and then get the arms, take them shoulder height, if that suits you. Right? Back leg, left leg strong. Right foot planted, spine electric, arms stretching. Inhale here. Exhale completely, so a little bit lower. And then we'll just fly a little bit. As you inhale, work the right leg towards straight, lift the wrists. And as you exhale, lunge back into the right leg, float the arms back shoulder height. Maybe just do that a few more times. Inhale, straighten right, lift the wrists, lift the ribs, lift the shoulders. And as you exhale, lunge deeper and deeper and deeper into that right leg. Empty, twice more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lunge. You can close the eyes to challenge it if you like. One more time. And then landing about as deep as you're going to go into this warrior 2 pose. 3 breaths here. And you lift your right hip up a little bit, wrap your left seat under even more. Yeah, make those little adjustments. Kev, your right knee to the right, even more. Left leg strong, Sasha, straighter and stronger. Yeah, stronger. Yeah, there, even more. Yes. Beautiful. One more breath here, full breath in. Complete breath out. And then we switch sides. Inhale to straighten the right leg, release the arms and switch the feet. Right toes in, left toes out. Right, get planted, and when you're ready, lunge back into that leg, that left leg. Notice if the hips get tilted or the ribs get pulled. Lift the left hip up, rack the right feet under. Right leg strong, left knee left, ribs lifted, arms float. Right? Work the shoulders a bit, then really stretch through the arms. Yeah. Exhale completely here, go a little bit deeper. Do this 5 times. Inhale, straighten left, lift the wrists, lift the ribs, float here. Exhale, lunging. 4 more, you go. Close the eyes maybe. And just feel your way through it. We'll call that 5, I lost count. Stay here, get deep, you can keep going. 3 breaths, sorry. Full pose, right leg strong. Yeah, plug the tail, front ribs drawn in, lift, lengthen, stretch the arms. All right, 1 more breath, full pose. Right leg straight, Kev, if you can. There you go. Exhale completely. Nice. Inhale, when you're ready, straighten the left leg. Take the hands to the hips and just turn the left toes in. Keep the right toes turned in. Yeah? It's a nice wide stance. Toes turned in slightly. Legs strong, tail plugged, hands to hips. Inhale, lift. Roll the shoulders, lift and lengthen the front body. Keep the strength in the legs, the length in the front body, and as you exhale, tip the hips forward. Yeah. And then when you can, release the hands. If you can reach the floor, great. If you can't reach the floor, great. Maybe you take the feet wider, maybe you use the blocks. Definitely play with the weight. Yeah, and if the way is clear, just go, right? Just go. And if you need to work your way through this, maybe you back off the fold a little bit. Right? So you straighten the arms and you lengthen forward, and that'll help you get the legs straight. Straight and strong. Yeah, perfect, Kev. Yeah, come up onto the fingertips even, Kevin. Walk your hands forward a little bit. Yeah, shift the weight forward a little, and then work the legs. Yes. Right? We get the quads strong, the hamstrings long, the back of the knees open. Beautiful. Use the breath. Yeah, any variation. Sometimes the head goes down, the feet go up. That's cool. All welcome. Strong legs, Eddie. Yeah. All right. Couple more breaths here. How about 1 more breath here? Full breath in. Complete breath out. We're going to inhale, lift halfway lengthen. And as you exhale, work the feet towards each other. So heel toe the feet in. Once they're about as wide as the hips, it's heels in, toes point out, and we squat straight down. Right? And if this is accessible, then you go. If you need to sit on a couple blocks, do that. If the heels are lifted, that's fine. Maybe bring the hands to the floor for support. And maybe 5 breaths here. Make it organic. If you need to move and swing or bounce a little or drop the head, you can play with that. You can lift and press elbows to your knees. Lengthen the spine up again. A few more breaths. I really like this transition. It's really simple. I really like the shape that follows. It can be pretty deep, but take your time with it And do what you need here. From here, bring your hands down to the floor. Okay, in front of you. And real simple, real easy, like shift the weight forward, lift your heels. And then bring your knees, so tip your knees forward so your knees come down to the floor. Yeah, so your knees come right down. And then walk the hands forward a little bit. Yeah? So the knees are really wide. And you've walked the hands forward, so there's a bit of a box. And then bring the inner foot down, so the toes point out. And the heels end up below the knees. There you go. Yeah, so point the toes out. Eddie, point his toes out. Yeah, there you go. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. And so here we are, right? Kind of stuck. Lord knows how long we're going to stay. So we make the most of it. If you need to cushion the knees, cushion the knees. I like to use blankets here because I can slide them apart. There you go. And as the knees get wider, right? Yeah, perfect, Sasha. As the knees get wider, maybe we're able to drop the elbows down to the floor. And then as the knees get wider still, maybe we're able to almost lie flat, some of us. And there's props that might come in handy, a bolster under the front line of the body, or even just a block under the forehead for support. And again, can we get the feet as wide as the knees? With the toes pointed out. And then can we breathe? And not be too concerned with how long you're going to be here. And be more interested in the inhale and the exhale. Got it. So much of what gets in the way in these shapes and these poses in our bodies is tension. Yeah? And a lot of this tension is the result of a subconscious protection or holding pattern, or even mistrust. And when you can get into these shapes, keep the jaw soft, the gaze soft, the breath deep, and you stay, then often that subconscious holding releases. So it's not that the muscles suddenly get longer, it's that they release. And then you can wiggle a little bit deeper. So stay with it. Keep breathing. If there's inquiry needed, maybe you're rocking back and forth a little. How about 5 more breaths here? Two or 3 more. Welcome to stay, right? If you're ready to come back, then just be easy, right? Don't bounce out of it. Come back up onto the hands. Maybe walk the hands in a little bit, really carefully. Little steps with the knees towards each other, top of the feet down. Might be nice to just sit back on the heels with the feet and the knees together. Find that hero shape. Upright seat for a few breaths. That pose is still happening. With a little more space or freedom around the hips. Maybe you can get a little bit higher. And we're always watching, observing. So as you get higher, do you see more? Alright, you can stay like this as long as you need. From here, real simple. Just swing your legs out in front of you. Perfect. Right. And what we're going to do, with both legs extended, the spine nice and upright, you can sit on blankets or little blocks if you need. We're going to take this right leg and bend it. Bring the heel right in towards the seat. Yeah? And then from here, real simple, we're going to drop the right knee out to the right. Now me personally, I need a block outside my right knee because of an old injury, and I can't keep the heel all the way in. Wherever the foot needs to be on the inside of the left leg, support or none, that right knee drops out to the right. Maybe pull that left seat back a little bit, hands to the floor in front of you, inhale, lift the chest. And as you exhale, we're walking the hands out along that left leg, seeing what we can catch. Maybe it's the shin, maybe the ankle. Maybe you can reach the foot. Whatever you find, inhale, find some length. And as you exhale, fall deeper. So you're inhale, rolling the spine forward along the left leg. And as you exhale, you're releasing deeper and deeper and deeper. Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. So at a certain point, about 3/4 of the way down, you do curl in and drop the head to the knee. You play with all that. Take 5 breaths here. How about 2 more? All right. When you're ready, we're going to inhale and walk the hands back towards you. So come back upright. I really like this transition, and you can stop halfway or you can go all the way. From here, maybe take your hand over to the right, lean over to the right a little bit, and we're going to lift and bend the left leg and start to swing it out to the side. Now you might just stay right here, yeah, with this organization of the legs, right, and fold forward like this, or keep that left leg going. Swing it all the way around behind you, turn onto the top of the left thigh, the top of the left knee, right, turn that foot down, and here we are in pigeon, yeah? Whatever angle you need for that right leg. Cool? So anywhere along that path. So leg out beside you, or extended behind you. We've squared the hips forward if the leg is straight. Find some height, some weight maybe to get the hips a bit deeper. A little block or a blanket under the right seat maybe. You can stay upright, or maybe you fold forward. Try not to collapse. Try not to go limp and just drop. Right? Keep length in the waist, awareness around the hips. And if if you're only about halfway down, then maybe grab one of those blocks and put it under the forehead. Yeah. And then stay there a few breaths. And as you stay and as you breathe, maybe there's a bit of a adjustment, a little bit of a shift, and maybe you drop a little bit deeper. Just like that. A handful of breaths here. We find a measure of freedom, which means we're lighter, we're clearer, which is bound to get us higher. And it just makes sense. As you get higher, as your perspective gets higher, you can see further, you can see broader, you can see more. And right there, you're confronted with how little we actually know, right? Which is to be embraced. This realization that we know next to nothing. That realization might be the key to more freedom. You stay here longer if you need. When you're ready, as you emerge real simple, right? Find your way back upright. We're just going to swing that left leg forward again. Extend the left leg, extend the right leg. You might want to lean back in both hands and take the feet wide to give yourself a little bit of a wiggle, a little bit of a bounce with the legs. Right? And then we'll find ourselves the other way. Right? Extend both legs, sit upright. Bend that left leg this time, hug the heel all the way in, and if the way's clear, you just go. Drop the left knee out, block underneath it if you need. Turn a little bit over that right leg. Right? Inhale to lift. And as you exhale, walk, roll the spine forward, walk the hands forward. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Catch what you catch. Straps might come in handy here. And then take a few breaths to just work with it. Inhale, roll the spine forward. Exhale, draw deeper. Maybe you back off the fold a little bit. Right? Draw that right hip back even more. Turn a little bit more over that left leg. By left leg, I mean right leg. And eventually it's head to knee, Janu Shirshasana. You take that journey. Freer, higher. It all builds. Clearing each level as we go, we get a little bit higher. See a little bit more, know a little less, a little more free. Get just a little bit higher. You see a little bit more. You know a little bit less. You get a little bit more free. You get a little bit higher. or we're just stretching our hamstrings. Either way, keep breathing. 2 or 3 more breaths here. Another breath or 2. And again, if you're working with something, you stay. When you're ready to emerge, walk the hands back, upright, and right away, you figure out this little shift. We lean over to the left a little to bend and sweep the right leg to the right. This halfway place might be perfect for you, or keep that leg swinging all the way around. Come on to the top of that right thigh. Maybe upright to use gravity to square the hips and sink a little bit deeper. Find the best angle for that left leg, the left shin. Maybe you stay upright, maybe you walk forward. And again, there's no rush. At least take a little pause halfway down. Maybe a breath or 2. In your way, find your depth. Using your breath. Keep using the breath. How about a few more breaths here? When you're ready, there's no rush. Same shift. Upright, that back leg forward again. Both legs out, lean back into the hands maybe. Just give yourself a moment here to release. And from here we're going to roll back. So you can keep the hands behind you, just lower yourself down, or maybe bring the feet together and reach forward and roll through with control. You get to choose every time. However you get there, when you land, it might be nice to draw the knees in towards the chest, give yourself a hug, a squeeze, a little rock, little roll. Maybe you draw the knees in. Maybe you move towards that happy baby shape. Soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, knees wide, drawn towards the floor beside you maybe. Okay. And then as always, I like to run a little bit long. If you're still not complete in your practice, by all means, just mute me and you keep going. Maybe there's an inversion cycle you like to get through. Maybe you need a back bend or a twist. Or maybe you're good. Maybe an hour is all you got. It'll be real easy to shift from here right into Shavasana. Whatever you need. And if you're going through those inversion cycles or the back bends, I trust you to do it safely. Counterpose it appropriately. You need. Whenever you're ready, it's flat on your back. You bolster a blanket under your knees, under your head. Feet wider than the hips. Arms far enough from the body that the shoulders can really release and get grounded. Hips and shoulders heavy. Arms and legs released, melted. Let gravity take the spine. Let the head be heavy. Soften the jaw and the throat. And let even the breath go. And relax. Completely relax. Stay until you feel complete. And when you do, return. Come back to breath. Deepen a breath or two, and then movement. Fingers, toes, wrists, ankles. Maybe a nice long morning stretch. Legs together, arms overhead, and stretch, stretch, stretch. And let go. Eventually curl in and roll to the side, maybe the right. A moment or two there. And when you're ready, again, you don't have to be ready. When you're ready, come all the way back up. We'll meet again as we did at the beginning, full circle, upright in a seat. A few moments to absorb, integrate, feel the effects of our effort. Freedom, height, clarity, the realization, the enlightenment, they're all coming. When you're ready to close, maybe the hands come together again to the center of the chest. Just a moment to be grateful to have access to this dance. Round and round and round we go. Freer and freer and freer, the higher we get. Moment with gratitude. Me, I'm grateful for you. I appreciate your presence, your effort. It's inspiring to be a part of. So until next time, thank you.